Hey guys, and welcome back. I'm Rachel O'Leary and it's time for a species spotlight. Today we're going to look at a really cool fan filter shrimp called the bamboo shrimp. It goes by a bunch of common names from flower shrimp, fan filter shrimp, wood shrimp, and there's a whole bunch of common names, but they are without a doubt a really interesting and fascinating species that originate all over Southeast Asia, from Indonesia to the Philippines to Sri Lanka to Thailand, and they're generally seen in this red-brown color with a woody sort of striping down their sides. Now they're a larger shrimp, on average about 2 inches, but with reports of them up to about 4 inches. I have not worked with these very many times over the years, simply because it's well known that where they're from there is a lot of issues with illegal fishing and unethical collection, and to be honest, I never see them on my lists from my suppliers that only purchase from ethical and legal collectors up until a few months ago. And when I saw them on my list and knew that they had to be ethically collected, I just had to get some. They have been on my wish list for many, many years. Now, in the wild, the collection data says that their temperature when they're collected is generally between 18 and 20 degrees Celsius, or 64 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. However, in an aquarium, they can take a much wider range of temperatures, from 68 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit or 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. Now, these are a shrimp that, while they will breed in freshwater, they're a low water shrimp, which means that, unlike cherry shrimp, whose eggs hatch into miniature versions of the adults, the eggs of these shrimp will hatch into larvae, and those larvae require a fair amount of salinity or brackish water in order to develop into little shrimplets. Because of that, it's not often that people are successful breeding them in the home aquarium, though it certainly would be a worthwhile project. Now, these guys, as I mentioned, are fan filters, and what that means is their forefront legs, or their chelipeds, have a fan-type structure rather than pinchers that they use to capture particles from the water column. And then they feed themselves with these fans and eat those particles. So in the wild, they're especially useful and are found in places that are, fortunately or unfortunately, especially popular with tourists. They're found in fast-moving streams, near waterfalls, and in areas of flow with extremely clear, dilute water. And part of the reason that water stays so clear is because of critters like this. They capture all the debris out of the water column, and they'll also sometimes even use their fans to sweep the surface of rocks to sift through the silt that's found in the bottom of the substrate in order to capture all these particles that they then eat. A really, really, really beautiful and fascinating shrimp. I really think that these guys need to be put into an extremely mature aquarium, simply because they are filter feeders. Now, you can supplement them with powdered foods, but it's really ideal to have extremely stable water chemistry, and for that reason as well, I would recommend a tank of 20 gallons or higher. And again, these guys really, really appreciate flow. As always, I want to hear from you guys. Are any of you guys keeping any cool fan filter shrimp? I have quite a few species that I particularly admire. As always, I want to hear from you. So let me know down in the comments, and thank you for your continued support.